Hello. Time for another artist update from your pal, Mary Charisma. That's me. Artist, musician, future celebrity, I think. Anyways, it's been a minute, couple weeks, because I was going through a rough period, and okay, I don't know. My last video was pretty emotional, so maybe I was like, I don't want everyone to think that all I do is get upset and cry. I mean, it happens, but it feels good to report back now after working through a lot coming up, and then releasing it, actually. I'm like feeling so good right now. I'm like open, ready to flow, ready to just act on the next inspired step that drops in. What came up, and I feel like I did a nice release of, was like perfectionism. I realized how much I was just trying to control everything, and constantly feeling not good enough, that I have all of these problems that I need to fix. And I think one skill that I have is I'm pretty focused. I'm pretty good. I do a lot of meditation. So like, give me a task and like keep coming back to it. And a lot of times I put that energy towards like posture or release, like bad habits, like correcting habits and things. And I think that's really valuable, but it can kind of lead to this energy of like trying so hard to be good. I think really that was like the energy, and it feels so old. Like, do you ever sometimes realize that you've been doing something for like your whole life, like these patterns that aren't maybe the best? And like I have like a very serious face. Like that's kind of like my default, because I'm like just so like focused, and I'm so like trying to figure everything out, trying to be perfect. And it's like I've been doing that since I was a little kid. Like I've been playing the cello since I was a kid, and I do recitals and stuff, and I like looked at photos of them, and I'm just like so stern, like so like and because I was like, it's not like I was like letting spirit and joy flow through me and expressing. It was like very much this feeling of like I have to get all the notes right. And yeah, there's like, I don't know where it came from exactly, but I just know that that was sort of the default mode that I've been living in for like my whole freaking life. And yeah, I'm kind of over that now. Like you really can't live freely that way. Like it just slows everything down, and it makes you not want to do the things that you're meant to do because you're afraid that you won't do them well. And you don't, like, I think that when our soul is calling us forward into expansion, it's necessarily requires us to do things that we don't know how to do. And so if it's so important to you, if you feel this like need to get it right, that you won't be good enough if you don't do things right, you won't do things that you don't know how to do. You have to be okay with that mess, with that like fumbling, with feeling stupid or cringe or whatever. And yeah, kind of realizing that there's no mistakes really, right? It's like you're just in this constant like trying and then feedback loop. Just how like fun and valuable that is, that experience, and that it doesn't have to feel bad. Failing feels bad when you think that it's negative. It's like everything is neutral. Everything just is, right? And so, but we create a story around our worthiness. So you try something and you didn't like how it sounded, or you mess up, like you can feel any way about that. You can like just not even be bothered by that and continuing and say, okay, let's try that differently. Or you can get really upset. So I had this moment, I was hanging out with my boyfriend. We were hanging out by a fire pit and just playing guitar, and I just like haven't been performing. And I know that's like my next thing. It's like my next, like just mastering the art of performance and stage presence and just sharing my light And I think mastering the art of performance really is like, you just feel so comfortable doing it that you're not like worrying about it, you're not figuring it out, you're not like overthinking it, you just are being and you're just sharing, and it's just a great vibe. And it's something that I do feel like I have a knack for. I feel like I've always been confident just sort of stepping up on stage and being like, hello, you know, just letting words come out and not worrying too much about it. Anyways, so here it was, I was trying new songs and I was just feeling so bad, but it was like my attitude was so like, ugh. My boyfriend, meanwhile, was just like, you know, it's like if you messed up, you just kept going. It's like, just, and then you can sing along, you can enjoy the song. But if you, sorry, I just got 555 on the timer. Well, there you go. I guess it's a perfect example. Just keep going. Don't be bothered by stumbling things. Yeah, so I got a little up in my head. I got really upset. I got angry. I was like, and so I just excused myself and I just went and like looked at the stars, and yeah, I kind of just maybe like asked God or asked, you know, just communed a little bit, and I really felt that as I could see this energy that was like controlling me at that moment, that I was embodying, and it was perfectionism. It was this part of me that's like, I just want to do it right. I just want to be good. And, you know, once you see the energy, that's when you can say, okay, I don't actually want that anymore. You're free. You're free once you see it. So, and you choose. So it's, yes, since then I have been choosing to not worry about being perfect. Whew, what a relief. What a load off my shoulders. Like, yeah, I feel like I can do a lot more. I'm getting back to songwriting too. It's the same kind of thing. Like, just the act of sitting down with the guitar and starting to say words and hum melodies, and, you know, that all, when you need it to be good right away, it just stops everything. It just stops the flow, because it's like, it's not. It's like you gotta find your way, and that finding of your way feels really good. I think that's what I really am trying to say, is that the shift out of perfectionism allows you to really like love the process of growing. And yeah, what kicked off my like blues, or well, the stories that were kind of going through my head in this period of like angst, the several day angsty period I was experiencing, well, it was like thinking about my single that I just released and wanting it to have blown up already. Like, what the heck? Why is no one talking about this? I love this song. What the heck? Where's all my fame already? Jeez, it's been long enough. And but I guess, yeah, sort of like wanting to be at that end point, that point where I've perfected everything, where I've like, you know, I look how I want to look, I'm embodying what I want to embody, I have all the best habits, and I'm rich and I'm famous, like, you know, this really like the end dream. And it's really funny because the song Mercedes-Benz is so like about this. It's about being in that daydream, in that like, you know, that energy where you're describing and you're using your imagination to see your perfect world. And so I guess I was just getting so frustrated about posting about it, and then like it just, no one, you know, the 200 view jail thing, you know, it's real. When your content isn't up to it, isn't what TikTok wants, then you get like 200 views, and it just gets frustrating. But I can see that it's like something more is being asked of me, and it's just like, keep going, there's something here. It's like I'm obsessed with it for a reason, and I feel happy to have like lessened my grip on the need for it to happen right away. I'm okay with like letting this journey unfold. Okay, what is going on here? And yeah, it's so interesting, the energy of like, how do I figure it out? How do I make this happen, right? Versus like the calmness and the peace, allowing it to happen, allowing yourself to be guided and take inspired action, you know? Because if you are too up in your head and you're like, how do I do this? It's just not, you're not in the receiving mode energy, you know what I mean? Like you're in the, I gotta figure it out myself energy versus the receiving mode energy. It just requires being kind of calm, I think. It requires open heart, openness, feeling like, you know, at least you have to begin with just taking the time to be still. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes life seems so complicated and frustrating when I was in that energy of like, what I'm doing, I'm posting, why is it working, what's going on? And then on the other side of this, it all feels so like simple. It's just like, if you don't know what to do, like take a moment, get calm, get relaxed, just like be still and, you know, pray a little bit, meditate a little bit, like go within, because you need to reconnect with yourself, you know, with God, with you, with the voice within you that, you know, tells you exactly what you need to do to express your soul. And what it feels like is just like excitement or curiosity, or it comes to you, right? The like next step, this idea of just, yeah, I get, you know, I'm trying to do something that feels very big. I'm trying to get an artist career off the ground, and there's like a lot of facets to it. There's a live performance aspect, there's a social media aspect, there's the songwriting, there's the producing, there's, you know, vocal practice, guitar practice. There's just like a lot of elements to it, and I can find myself getting really overwhelmed by all of that. Like, whoa, there's just too much, what do I focus, what's my next step? But it's like, I always can return to myself and find that I get inspired to do something. Like something just sounds like the most fun, the most, the way that I want to express myself right now. And like, for example, right now that was definitely doing a video. It's like, I just feel like talking, and feel like sharing a little bit about myself and who I am and what I believe in and what's going on in my life. And right, and it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, I don't know what I'm like gonna talk about, what's gonna come out, what's gonna happen, who's gonna find it, like you just don't know. But that's what's kind of cool about it. You get to just be open and watch what happens. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready to just show up in all the ways that I want to. Like I just listed a whole bunch of things. Like I want to do all of those things, you know? It's sometimes my brain wants me to pick one thing and be really like, all I do is this. And I just don't think that's like who I am, or like how I actually want to be. I think I'm more someone who, I like every day to be a little bit different. You know, routines are nice. I don't want to diss routine. And sort of each day, like, okay, I want to water these different seeds in my life. So, you know, it's finding that balance of structure and flow, you know, like whatever that means for you or works for you. And it's like, one way that I think about it that helps me is that maybe I'll make a practice around showing up in some way, but then when I show up, I'm all like, okay, now it's time to let go and let, you know, whatever wants to come through me. So it's like, if you want to post a video every day, it's like allowing yourself to be a little bit open about what that video is, I think really helps. If you want to, you know, exercise every day, I think you need to allow yourself to, like, you don't want to do the same routine every day. It's like, what is your body craving today? What do you need today? What is today about, you know? Like, just, yeah, maybe we all just take it one day at a time. My guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, he talks about, yeah, it's like, if you take care of today, all the tomorrows will take care of themselves. If you really, like, what lights you up today? What are the responsibilities that you know are being asked of you today? Yeah. I heard about this app that was like an anti-procrastination app. I thought it was pretty interesting because it was like, the way it works is it gives you daily tasks that just kind of get you used to starting things. It's like, how, like, I think it was targeted for people who've like ADHD and are very like chronically messy. And the idea is that when you are a messy person, it's like you go into your messy room and your brain just is like, it's like, just looks like spaghetti. It's like, and then you don't clean it, right? Because it's just like, you see it, you don't see all the individual things, you just feel like mess, right? And so it's, you know, we can kind of get used to just taking little actions. Gosh, yeah, I see that so in myself of like not taking the action because like I don't see how the bigger picture works, and I'm like so like determined to get to some goal, and I'm trying to make this whole framework of how do I get there and what does it look like, and if it's like I don't see how this would be relevant to my structure, my plan. My brain doesn't understand it, but that's the thing about like living kind of more spiritually or more in like heart consciousness, if that makes sense, like living beyond, like expanding, evolving, like choosing to live in a way that you're like, you know, trying to like self-mastery, like self-realization. Like you have to be listening to yourself, which is not just your mind, it is your heart and it is your body, it is your whole being and beyond that. And so yeah, when you just really get still, you can feel how that's like moving through you and what it wants to do. And yeah, so I don't know, plans are good and everything, but plan from a place of like, oh, that's what's feeling inspiring right now. Like, okay, I'm choosing this. I want to make this like this thing happen that's far off, and I'm feeling called to choose a date for that to happen, or I'm feeling called to like, you know, like there's going to be decisions that involve time in the future. Like, of course, if you're making anything. But yeah, having the perfect plan is not as valuable as having the next right step and then actually taking that step. And so yeah, that's the flow of, you know, masculine and feminine. It's like you feel called to do something and you get like, you do your meditation, you get the idea, it drops in, and then it's time to act on that. You know, you don't get to know how it's going to turn out. You just get that step and you're like, got it, I need to take that step. So yeah. I listened to a Louise Hay video that my friend sent me, and that was, oh, it was really helpful. It got me that last little bit of like, the universe has your back. God has your back. Like, you're being protected here. Okay, it's all working out. It's all working out. And you know, you just might be in this period of life that feels like you're waiting. I don't know if that resonates with you. Like, I think about being like the end goal of being like rich and famous. And I have this like, almost like I have this vision of it, like that's when my life is starting. It's like, I'm not even at the starting point yet, you know, where I'm like on the world stage and like making moves, but it's like, oh no. Like this part of this journey is so necessary. Like Louise Hayes was talking about how you're in chapter 7 and you're judging the whole book by this chapter, and you're like, this chapter sucks. This whole book is like my life. What is my life? I don't have a good life. But you will reach a chapter. She's like, you'll reach chapter 17, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, this whole thing doesn't work without chapter 7. Like that had to happen. And all these things in our life that feel like, oh my God, I wasted time here. I wasted time there. It's like, nothing's a waste. It was all divinely put there and working out for you. So that helped me relax even further, really release this like, I need to be perfect, I need to do everything right. It's like, whoa, like it all is perfect. You're just gonna enjoy this beautiful ride and watch it all happen. So yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling excited. I feel like I'm gonna keep making TikToks about my song and keep doing it, but like hopefully with a better attitude, a more chill attitude, a more like what I feel is being asked of me. Oh yeah, so Louise Hay is like, when you're like, why isn't this happening? There's something you want so badly. Where is it? What's going on? The real question is like, what am I developing right now? What is being developed within me? What like training am I going through? What lesson is happening for me? And you know, is it patience? Is it you need to release control? Is it you need to release your perfectionism? You need to be, you know, there's something that is being cultivated within you. And it's like if you just got what you wanted right away, you would stop learning. When you haven't quite learned that lesson, right? You're like, okay, well, you would stop putting your focus on it. And so that's why I think we have our dreams and our deepest heart's desires. It's like so that we have to expand. We have to learn these lessons, because you just can't get to this thing without doing that. You know, if you want money, I feel like, and you don't have it, it's like there's some important lesson that you need to understand, that, like, you know, your desire for money can teach you, and the process of getting it and that kind of thing. So, right. The thing that I think I've been missing with my TikToks is I haven't been vulnerable enough. I haven't been like really sharing who I am with those posts. The way that I feel really comfy just being like, hello, this is me. These are my thoughts. Yeah, I love to ramble. That's very easy for me. This idea of like, how do I condense my rambling into, you know, an 18-second video with the song in it, like, it hasn't clicked yet. But I've actually was thinking, like, I should just start my TikToks with talking, with just like, hey, this is how I feel about the song. This is what the song is about. This is what it means to me. Like, just really as succinctly as possible, but like, just get to that kernel of truth of like, I wrote it for a reason. It means something to me. And, you know, just sharing that. And like, this is what I think it's about and who it's for, you know? And now listen to the song. So I'm going to play with that instead of trying so hard to be cool. I give up. You know, if I can't just be myself, what's the point? So anyways, I feel like this was a fun little video. I think I got to say what I wanted to say. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Consider following, because we're probably homies at this point. Yeah, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.